begin with the prosecution. If you could please step forward and introduce yourself and what charges you're bringing forward today.
Mask off, please.
Hello, my name is Senior Constable Lilo Kelso with the Victoria Police. The charges I'm bringing before you are discharge a weapon in a public place and assault with a deadly weapon. Your Honor.
All right, so discharge in a public place and assault with a deadly weapon.
That is correct. The evidence I'm bringing before you is one pistol that is registered to the defendant. 4 evidence transcripts with serial Kaloffs coming back to the defendant, 4 photos and a gunshot residue test in a briefcase, and the bullets that have been unloaded from his weapon at times 10. Your Honor, would you like me to pass that to your sheriff?
Yes, I'll get you to just repeat the evidence one more time and hand it off to the sheriff.
Okay, so a locker case, a briefcase, so a document case having 4 evidence transcripts and 4 photos of the scene, and 1 transcript, 1 charge receipt.
All right. Yep.
And then his weapon that's registered to the defendant and the bullets that were unloaded from the weapon.
It's not a problem.
Perfect. I'll just give this to you. 1 second.
And they're just your own testimony? Any witnesses or anything?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. So I'm going to call on my probationary constable that's next to me and my own testimony.
No problem.
Sorry. Here you go.
All right. While that's being handed over, defense, it looks like you have some sort of legal representation. Is that correct?
Negative. He's a witness. He's just here for moral support.
Can we ask for him to be sitting back in the gallery if he's not a legal?
Is he offending you?
It is how we proceed with the court. The witnesses would wait in the gallery, so if they're not legal representation, I will get them to wait in the gallery until they're called upon.
You're offending Lilo. Please come sit in the back.
Not a problem. You need to push your seat forward. Okay. Jesus Christ. Give me a moment, Your Honor. Very slow in the brains. Just I'm going to have to take a long road.
All right. So, Vance, if you could just stand up. Oh, you don't have to stand up if you're more comfortable sitting down. However, if you just want to introduce yourself.
My name is Lucifer Lothbrok. The evidence I present today is my own testimony and a witness, Dmitry Kalashnikov. Well, Your Honor, I was here under the thought I was getting charged with assault with a deadly weapon, as told by Lilo to me multiple times. The notification I received for this case was that and possession of a firearm without legal authority, and I have just now been told it's discharge and assault with a deadly weapon, so forgive me for being unprepared, because the charges keep changing.
Yeah, that's not a problem. All right, so do you need me to read out these charges to you?
No, you're alright. It's just, mentally, I'm not really sure what's going on because it keeps changing.
It's not a problem. So I'm just going to have to get your plea for these. So discharge in a public place, do you plead not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
All right, and assault with a deadly weapon, guilty or not
guilty.
guilty? Not guilty. So you're pleading not guilty on both charges, is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, and to confirm, you have your own testimony and witness, correct?
That is correct.
Not a problem. All right, so prosecution, if you would rise and present your case, you'll have 8 minutes, and we'll be keeping pretty strict time today.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. So, we'll just start with the discharge of weapon in a public place. I'll just call on my probationary constable to give his testimony, and then I will follow it on by my testimony.
Yes, don't stand there. Okay, mislead the court? Sorry, can I say? Do you promise not to mislead the court under threat of perjury?
I do.
You may proceed.
Would you, Probationary Constable, would you like to, Johnson, would you like to give your own recap of what the incident that occurred down at the Little Seoul station at near postcode 5042? Cross Street is Ginger Street / Lindsay Circus.
Yep. So I was responding to a call about a bunch of individuals down at the gas station at Little Seoul, and I was told to bring a crime scene van to investigate the area. So upon arriving with the crime scene van, I proceeded to begin with my investigations and saw multiple bullet casings registered to the defendant, as well as a DNA cell registered to the defendant as well. After searching thoroughly inside and outside of the store, those are the only evidence pieces I could find, and all of them were either bullet casings or DNA cells, all relating to the defendant.
Sorry, did you search the whole area of bullet casings, and did you find any other bullet casings other than registered to the defendant?
I've searched every area, and the only bullet casings I found was registered to the defendant.
So that is a yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And so when you arrived, there were multiple people downed, and there were people with gunshot wounds to their. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. You can take your seat. So, Your Honor, when I searched the defendant, I have found his pistol. Actually, I saw him with his pistol out, and so when I took his pistol off, his pistol inside his barrel was found with 10 bullets in his thing. I was told by a witness that he was self-defense, but he had time to. So when we searched the area, we found 7 different spots where his pistol bullet casings were. So he had time to discharge his weapon and then reload his weapon. And my approximately would be, so he would have loaded his weapon and got shoot another 2 shots out when he loaded his weapon. As he was found on scene, we did a gunshot residue test, and he was positive. And there was one person that with gunshot wounds that was I was told by a Sergeant Hills that he was not here but his testimony was him that he told me that he was shot by. So that's why I'm going with assault with a deadly weapon. And the discharging is he was discharged. His bullets were found inside the petrol station and outside the petrol station. So there's enough evidence to say that he discharged his weapon 7 times because we have 7 different pings of bullet casings that were picked up from the scene. And that is, I rest my case, Your Honor.
All right, not a problem. All right, defense. You'll have 8 minutes to bring forward your witness and testimony and defend yourself against these claims.
Approximately 1 a.m. this morning, I was found unconscious at the Coles store in Little Seoul. Upon regaining consciousness, I was informed by Lilo that I'd been shot. That was the extent of what I was filled in on. No idea where I was found, no real awareness of what was going on apart from the fact I was now in cuffs. I received no further medical treatment from the hospital despite being shot and was just taken back to Mel 900. Admittedly, I didn't request the hospital as my head was spinning still from what on earth had just happened to me. I would like to now bring my witness Dmitry Kalashnikov to the stand.
It's not a problem.
Hello,
It's
I
like
just
baby girl.
need to search you. I'll come in. I just need to search. You are fine, I believe.
Sheriff, is there a reason that lady back there is wearing a mask?
Not too sure.
Your Honor, she's already been fined petty contempt. Doesn't appear to be responding to requests to remove it.
Looks like she's removed it now. Not a problem.
Oh, what is man doing in
Sorry,
here?
Your Honor.
Hang on.
You right, Cheeto?
Sorry, Your Honor.
There we go.
Okay. Mr. Witness, do you promise not to mislead the court under perjury, the threat of perjury?
Yes.
Okay.
You may proceed, Mr. Lothbrok.
Dimitri, to the best of your ability, please recap the events that took place at approximately 1 a.m. this morning at Coles.
So at approximately 1 a.m. today, this morning, I believe, yes, correct. It was me and you as I just met you to a cafe. Need to need to go to calls. Need to get a couple of things, and you graciously took me to the calls on your motorbike. On arriving on scene, they are at the calls. We obviously purchased a few things. I got up bought a can of Coke. Too expensive in my opinion, but it is fine. And it appears we got in the middle of a bit of a dispute, a disagreement. I'm not too sure. And there were two individuals there, one female and one who was in a looked like a bush. And the very aggressive, had bat on his back, and what as a result of this, for some reason, it was a man later in green utility sort of vehicle with bed on the back. From the main road, started shooting both us and the other individuals in the store. And I fortunately lived to tell the tale. I survived and walked to the hospital after being released by Victoria Police. And what happened at the time after being shot is Mr. Lucifer, obviously with your licensed firearm, you have returned fire in defense. Unfortunately, the person who was shooting, I believe, to my trained ear, was firing what seemed to be an AK-47 assault rifle. And unfortunately, you and the other individuals were incapacitated, and there's not much I could do there in my very limited medical, so Victoria Police were the ones to treat. As far as I can tell, somewhat after I hung around a little bit to see what happened, it seemed like Victoria Police may not have searched where I believe the gun may have been fired on the greater road. I'm not too sure the road. However,
Objection, he never told us that when he was unseen.
Okay. So yes, I believe that is all. But
Thank you, Dimitri.
moment, right? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to stop your time for a minute while I quickly ask you a follow-up question. Dimitri, was it?
Yes.
So did you tell on scene, did you advise Victoria Police that there were people shooting at
So yes,
Hughes?
I was a bit flustered at the time, but I vividly remember telling the police that I was shot on the road from a green in color vehicle. But I believe that they maybe not take that into account, and I have in fact disregarded it. I even pointed out an individual later who seemed to match the appearance of the shooter on the bike, of which they also did not action anything.
All right, so you're saying you did tell Victoria Police this information, and
I
they
gave a short testimony, and yes, unfortunately, they did not action it.
All right, and which officer did you speak to?
I'm not too sure of his name. I believe he has 3 stripes on the shoulder, potentially, but I'm not too sure. It was very hazy. It was all dizzy and maybe a little bit concussed, but I'm not too sure. I'm not a medical professional. I did not have to walk to hospital.
All right, not a problem. You may step down.
Yep, thank you. So back at the station, I asked what I was being charged with and was told assault with a deadly weapon, but discharge in a public place if I wanted to bring it to court. Obviously, I kicked off about the charges being upscaled if I were to exercise my silver right, and it was reverted. Or so I thought, anyway. I was told the only casings found in the area were by me and were registered to me, and my firearm was also registered to me as a body for ammunition. I asked if they did a full sweep of the area, including outside, as there was a wide open space in the forecourt and multiple windows at the shop front, and didn't get response, because nobody really knew. The definition of assault with a deadly weapon is attacking another person with a number of things, including a gun. There is no evidence of me harming another individual, just that shots were fired by me in self-defense as stated by Dimitri.
Objection.
Yes, what is your objection?
I do believe myself and my probationary constable said someone received received gunshot wounds inside the place.
That doesn't prove that it was me. That just
Well,
proves he
his
got
bullet
shot by
casing was-
somebody.
Bullet casings
Anyway,
were
can I
found
carry on,
inside.
please? I
I
wasn't.
do also have a picture of a downed individual, but that's okay. We'll move on. Yes, continue.
Well, I wasn't fully prepared for the charge of possession of a firearm without legal authority. I was not made aware that that was on the table, but apparently.
Sorry, with discharge.
Can I finish, Lilo? I wasn't talking over
So
you.
the two
was I?
charges you've got, just so you're aware.
No. Can I
you've
just
only
finish? I mean,
Yeah,
the point is now that this isn't even on the table, so take from that what you will. I had no idea about the discharge charge until Lilo spoke for his first statement, so I'm kind of unprepared to defend myself properly for that, and haven't had time to consider my own stance with that. Hence why I pleaded not guilty.
Your Honour,
Lilo,
isn't it
please
Victor?
stop talking
Your
over
Honour,
me.
Your Honour,
You shout
isn't it
objection.
objection?
look, we'll argue the legitimacy of the charges in a minute. We'll just finish our time and we'll discuss it in a second if you don't mind, Lilo. Sorry.
Can I carry on, or is he going to interrupt me again?
Objection. Can I just say it's Victoria's prerogative to add charges to before the court case starts, isn't it?
The charges can be changed. Yes, that's.
But I would just
Thank you,
like to say on that front then. So he told me I'd get assault with a deadly weapon. I've asked him at least 4 times what I'm getting charged with, and he only stated that. I made a point of asking him multiple times, so I knew what to prepare for. The charge on the docket is different, and now the charge when I've actually come to court is completely different. So how am I supposed to adequately prepare to defend myself if the charges keep changing? So I haven't had time to consider my own stance on that, hence why I pleaded not guilty. It's a little bit unfair that I'm being able to prepare. Also, Your Honour, a piece of Leo's evidence was a witness statement from someone who had been shot, but he was not picked up by AV, so the statement is unreliable. I would also like to add, prior to this case being booked, I spoke to Lilo, and he said, and I quote, "I don't even know what happened."
Objection.
I asked afterwards, "How is this going to go when you don't know what happened?" and was met with, "I don't know." How can someone who has stated they don't know what happened be a reliable source of information for this case? That is all, Your Honour.
You may take a seat down. All right. I have a follow-up question for Victoria Police. To the best of your knowledge, was there I believe 3 straps as a sergeant? Was there a sergeant on scene?
Correct, and the sergeant left the scene afterwards because, as a senior constable, I took command of the scene.
Okay, and was this sergeant discussing it with the defense's witness? Did they speak to the witness at all, to the best of your knowledge, or?
The witness I'm talking about was the witness that he had.
Yeah. So I'm
So
the witness that they called.
Sorry, Your Honour. The statement that he just said that the witness got brought back up. The witness was at the front with multiple gunshot wounds. Never got brought back up from police, as to the best of my knowledge.
Objection, Your Honour. He stated that a statement was given to Sergeant. Was it? I don't even know what you said. From that individual
Sergeant
that
Hill,
had been shot.
Sergeant.
So I'm sorry.
That was
I
your.
think
That's your.
Sorry, I think there's some confusion here. What I'm asking is the defense's witness, Dimitri. I'm sorry, I forgot his surname, but
yeah, he was at the front. He said to me that he was acting in self-defense, and that's. I'm happy to say that, but the only bullet casings we found was
so
inside the building.
Did he discuss this with the sergeant, or was it with yourself?
He said to me it was self-defense, and I believe he spoke to the sergeant about other things because I was busy treating Mr. Lothbrok. Sorry, Lucifer.
Mr. What now?
Sorry, I'm having a bit of brain issues at the moment.
Is
Yes, I'm
Lothbrok.
Mr. Lothbrok.
Uh,
Sorry, I have a speech
Lothbrok.
impediment. Sorry, I have a speech impediment. Would you like me to bring a medical certificate for that too?
Uh, we'll keep this.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll
but
keep the
maybe.
remarks to each other as much as we can to a limited. All right. Yeah. What I'm struggling to understand is how well, I don't even know. The defense here is claiming that you didn't do a thorough enough canvass of the area and you missed some bullet casings. Just want did you search the street, or they're claiming that somebody was advised that there was another
Okay.
shooter on the scene.
So, Your Honor, would you like me to give you a kind of a mud map of where the bullets casings were found with your photos?
I can see where the current bullet casings were found. They're claiming that someone was near.
Yeah. But so the person who was down, who was shot with the green, I believe the green thing was his thing, was sitting at the back, near the back of the store, down with bullet wounds, with a baseball bat on their back, I believe. But that's where that person was found, was bullet casings, and that's where the bullet casings were found. With all the bullet casings were found in the store were coming back to the defense.
Yeah. So
Objection, Your Honor, this isn't answering your question.
yeah, what I'm trying to
Okay.
ascertain here is
My okay,
So I assume, looking
Yeah,
at
yes.
our maps here, is it the Coles service station near Uwu?
Okay.
There is it?
Yes, so Your Honor. So when my officer next to me here did a sweep of, I said to him, do a sweep around the area, and he came back to the answer of that he did. 1 second. Did you? He
All right.
did say.
I'll
He
refer
did
my
test-
question to him if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Recruit, is it?
No, probationary constable.
Oh, sorry, probationary constable. What area did you search for bullet casings? Did you search the entire area, including the street, or?
Your Honor, I searched around the gas pumps, all the way around the gas pumps, inside to the left where the vehicles were found, pretty much inside the car wash area, but there were no bullets inside the car wash area. And in the back of the store where the safe is, behind the counter, where all the items are on the shelves, I've checked everywhere, Your Honor.
All right, so you didn't sort of search the general street? Is that what I'm ascertaining here?
No, Your Honor.
What I'm trying to ascertain is defense made a claim here that they've advised, well, not the defense, but their witness is stating that they've advised Victoria Police that there was another shooter on scene that shot from the street, and they're saying that those bullet casings weren't found because nobody went and looked. So I'm just trying to ascertain if we've searched there or not.
Please remove your hat in the
Their
courtroom.
claim for self-defense here is
Your hat. I'm not talking about the.
if they were
the
being
thing on
fired
your head, I'm
upon,
talking about your
then
hat with
they
the
do have a
police.
claim for self-defense to fire back. Whether there's another individual who has been
What about your
hit in the
glasses?
crossfire or not, it's not necessarily. You can't really ascertain if there was somebody else who shot that individual. Is what I'm trying to figure out here. So you've only searched the gas station, is what I'm trying to ascertain. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, not a problem. You may sit down. All right, I'm going to take a couple of minutes here to deliberate, and I'll come back to you.
You always object. I object to your hair.
All right, we'll now be back in session. I've come to a decision, and I'll explain these decisions because it's quite interesting. So, on one hand, we have Victoria Police stating that there was only one shooter. However, they've also stated that there was a witness there, Mr. Dimitri here. And the defense has brought that witness, who has stated that there was some other individual shooting, and they've spread some doubt across this story we have here. So, as for the charge in discharge in a public place, we will be finding that not guilty due to the fact that there's some doubt that they may be or they may have been defending themselves against another shooter. Therefore, that is a lawful reason to shoot back because they are defending their own life. That is a reasonable assumption that they may have died from those shots. And as for assault with a deadly weapon, they'll also be found not guilty as if there was individual shooting from the street, you have no evidence or no way of determining which bullets hit the downed individual. So, yes, in both charges, it will be not guilty. My decision is final. Court is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honour.
That's a W for Lucifer.
Let's go.
Let's go. Test positive. Crack cocaine. Let's go.
Did
Let's go.
Check out the Twitter, darling.
As it's a licensed pistol,
Yo,
I'm using
Cheeto
it for a
puff.
lawful
You don't
reason.
mess with
What the
Lucifer.
fuck? Where did your
that's
clothes
weird.
go?
I believe you get the weaponry back if you.
Fuck no, you weird
Ooh.
motherfucker.
I'm
Let's
not gonna give him
let
back
this
the
homie
ammunition at this
go.
point,
No.
just because
No.
I don't want him having a loaded firearm in my car room. So, oh,
Oh, Your Honour, put it away.
I'm innocent, I'm
Yes,
innocent.
sir, please.
so sorry. Yes,
That's all right.
Holy
That's all right.
avalanche.
I'm not great at handling firearms. I must admit.
Not a problem, Your Honour.
I will give you these bullets here for defense. The prosecution has walked away, so I can't hand them to them.
Yes, Your Honour. Mr. Lothbrok, here is your pistol back to you.
Hello, Your Honour.
Thank you
Do you
so
mind if I
much.
just use your chambers just for
Thank you.
a change of clothes, if that's okay?
Here you are.
Put the pants back on, please.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you like that.
Pants back on.
Can let me
Public
out.
exposure.
No, I don't like
Sorry,
that.
Mr. Lucifer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Damn. Let's go.
Oh, I rarely see people win against police.
I wish you stayed locked up.
I was never locked up, buddy.
Bitch, I hope you get locked up, cunt.
He says that, but I was never
Lilo
locked up in
went-
the first place.
Lilo went in blind as a bat.
He
and did not-
sounded
What a
mad,
fucking
bro.
job! You sound like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, well, you know the funny thing is, I went in taking 6 actions of comserve to prison, to court. Then he added on a prison charge, and then he lost all of them. So
It's very,
that's
very
really,
silly.
really embarrassing.
Fucking, he
Best-
comes to me. He
Let's
goes, "Oh,
tweet
I'm gonna go
this."
do this court." Yeah, just tweet.
Another victory. Professional witness solutions. No. I was
Oh
I got
my
shot.
god. That's funny. I'm sitting there laughing my head off.
Gotta go.
Kangaroo court W.
I'm surprised they did not give the officer a contempt of court. This
Well,
should get-
I won my case.
'cause I would just-
Holy shit, hello.
Look who it is. Hello.
I just
Hello.
won my court case.
was-
Wait, it said 4 minutes.
Yeah, that was ages
No,
ago.
it was like ages ago.
Aww.
It was so
Are
good
you
to listen.
joking?
Honestly,
missed out
Lilo went in
this.
there blind as a bat, and honestly, Lucifer won.
Feels it's even funnier now. You won't tell the officers, but I actually may have been involved in maybe done like a few things with a knife.
What's
They let,
your name?
they let me walk off the scene. I ran back in to grab a coke, grabbed the knife that I dropped, and then walked to the hospital. After they let me go and put it in the bin.
Wait,
Right, so I took
are you?